How far are you willing to go to complete your quest? Can you lead the people to freedom, or will you get consumed by bloodthirst and hate? Only one can prevail. Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we will be talking about the movie Highlander, The Search for Vengeance. This action-packed film is quite an experience. So fasten your seatbelts, folks, you are in for a ride. Let's dive right in. The movie opens with a prologue depicting Colin MacLeod's death in an old conflict and his funeral. His plane of immortality was put in motion by his unexpected death. Nothing better than a dark start to a movie, isn't it? A subtext says that it's now the future, and the world has evolved as a result of conflicts and global warming. As if the plot of Highlander 2 wasn't bad enough. The nations have devolved into regions controlled by demagogues and kings. It concludes, life is cheap, and death comes easily for some. Quite an ending to a prologue. I again repeat, it is quite a ride, folks, so strap in. Then the scene shifts and we're in a jungle, where we can see a dude, Colin, on a boat who seems to be traveling somewhere down a peaceful river. Suddenly, the lights open and we can see that what initially seemed like a peaceful river has now widened into a huge lake, where apparently Colin seems to be alone. He passes a broken vending machine and enters a building that seems to be abandoned at first, but later we learn that it's inhabited by abominable immortals. In the building, we can see creatures that look like dead zombies hanging in the air. Colin is a ferocious warrior who has seen lots of creatures in his lifetime and knows that these are harmless. Thus, he ignores the weird-looking zombies and approaches a horde of abominable immortals when he's confronted by a ferocious immortal wielding a chainsaw. Being the warrior he is, Colin decapitates the beast in spectacular fashion after a tough encounter and obtains his empowering quickening. After this, we have a change in scenery. We are now in the magnificent city that was once New York. And oh my, the once hustling and bustling city is now in ruins. What a sad sight to see. Moving on, here we learn about a corrupt white-haired nobleman named Marcus Octavius, who lives with his mistress. They watch while the quickening takes place from the balcony. Colin travels into the city the next morning, carrying the immortal's head and expecting a prize. Colin takes in the city's luxury before entering a pub and meeting Dahlia, a woman with short red hair and a cross necklace. They immediately hit it off and exchange their stories. Upon hearing his story, Dahlia offers to assist Colin in evading the guards who are pursuing him. Colin recalls a time in northern England in the year 125 AD when his Germanic tribe was fighting the oppressive Romans led by Marcus Octavius. Colin's wife tried to persuade him not to battle the Romans, knowing well that he would lose. When he declines, she sedates him and then gives her body to Marcus as a peace offering, which he intends to accept once the tribe has been exterminated. She then stabs him with a hidden weapon, killing him but unintentionally triggering his immortality plane. Marcus then crucified Colin's wife and massacred the tribe, leaving only Colin alive. Colin vowed vengeance on Marcus when he woke from his sedated state. Colin and Dahlia meet as a result of this flashback. Dahlia offers to assist him in hiding, but he only complies when he hears the cops approaching. She takes him to a place of worship where she prays. Colin shows his distaste for Christian teachings of this nature. Marcus discovered and resurrected a female fighter in 16th century Japan, making her immortal, and she is now his mistress and top warrior. Dahlia introduces Colin to an underground resistance, fighting to stay alive against their oppressors. Dahlia requests Colin's assistance in breaking into the main tower and stealing vaccination for the resistance. He declines, but when he sees a ruler's advertisement, he understands it's Marcus and changes his mind. Following the devastation of Marcus's town, Colin tracked him out and challenged him. Marcus was victorious in the battle, but Colin was able to flee by riding on sacred ground. Colin and Dahlia make their way through the tunnels to the tower's base. They steal the vaccination, only to discover a virus that has been sickening and killing everyone before the vaccine is used. After being attacked by a horrible dinosaur-like beast, they managed to flee. In another flashback, it's revealed that Colin fought Marcus again in ancient Rome and Scotland, only to be defeated and killed, thus setting in motion his immortality. Colin next faced Marcus in ancient Japan and in World War II against the Germans, but he was always defeated by Marcus, who had fully embraced his immortality. Now Colin fights Marcus once more, but this time he's flung off of a parapet. Dahlia discovers Colin's shattered body and is astounded to see it heal on its own. Colin is aided in his escape by her. They They return to the rebel base, where the rebels decide to fight back against the government after discovering that the virus is causing everyone to become ill. When Colin sees Dahlia preparing for battle, he tells her that he wants to help the resistance fight Marcus, but not in retaliation. She expresses her hope that Colin will be able to endure his ordeal. The two make love. They seem to have found their soulmates in each other, because after years, Colin has finally found love. Colin locks Dahlia's door while she sleeps to prevent her from joining the war and being killed, just like a Romeo to Dahlia's Juliet. The conflict begins with the opposition fighting Marcus's heavily equipped forces. Colin joins the fight and kills a large number of heavily armed soldiers. Marcus's mistress nearly kills him, but Dahlia, who has fled her apartment, saves him. Love empowers all, they said. Well said. Back to the story at hand, we see Colin dashing toward Marcus's chambers, which are located at the very top of his tower. Marcus places the virus in a dispensing machine after a difficult exchange, allowing Colin only 2 minutes to kill him and halt it. Colin charges him and the two swordsmen clash. Marcus slashes Colin down easily, but chooses not to kill him in order to continue taunting him. Marcus's mistress, meanwhile, awakens and joins the battle. Colin tries but fails to stop the virus while fighting Marcus. The virus has spread to the streets. Dahlia is impaled by Marcus's mistress, but with the last ounce of her power, she shoves a grenade down her attacker's throat, killing them both. Colin is infused with fresh resolve after seeing a vision of Dahlia's death. He battles and defeats Marcus this time. There can be only one, he declares defiantly as he spins around Marcus and decapitates him quickly. Colin absorbs Marcus's great quickening, which travels throughout the city and eliminates the virus before it can kill anyone. After eventually defeating the soldiers, the rebels assemble to see the sky turn blue once more, signaling that evil has been defeated for good. Colin sees the good he has done and laments his entire quest for vengeance, for which he has now found atonement in himself. He lights a candle in Dahlia's name in the chapel, clearly rediscovering his religion. He finally finds serenity as he walks away from the city into the sunset. So that was all the time we had today, folks. Let us know your opinions about this movie in the comments below. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and do hit the bell icon to receive instant notifications every time we release a new video. See you all next time.